And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfuction Junction.
No Matt Marsh, and for the time being, no Lynch. Technical difficulties, please stand by. But for the rest of you, take that turkey leg out of your mouth. Take a deep breath, arms to the sky, and scream, "Welcome to Dysfunction Junction."
Fuck yeah.
Look who's back. My name is Chris Burns. With us now is His Royal Majesty, His Thanksgivingness himself. It is...
You talking about me?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm kind of back. I can't see you guys, but
we can see you.
All right.
Say your name.
Chris Lynch.
Thank you. And the producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair, the man who has lost an entire Herman being. It's Slurm.
What up?
That's Slim Herm, Michael P.S. Herman.
What is up?
Got to change that name, bro. Big Herm just ain't working anymore.
Yeah.
Slurm.
That sounds like something you eat when you're in like a Turkish prison.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like some sort of like horrible food product.
I have brought you more slurm.
Tonight we feast on slurm.
And then
we dine on slurm.
And then we get moose and squirrel. Oh man, boys, it's my favorite time of the year, other than my birthday, which is only about 16 days away. So it really is my favorite. Thanksgiving for me is just amazing. Whether you're surrounded by friends or family and food is delicious and you got the parade, the Godfather marathon, football, everything about this holiday is awesome to me. It's what did you call it last year? Fat Boy Christmas.
Yeah, it's Fat Guy Christmas.
And with the other three jamokes on this show not being as fat anymore, I got to take up the slack.
Oh, you're taking it up.
Oh, no, not the way you think, young man.
I was talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, when did you have the edible?
About 35 minutes ago.
That makes sense.
There we go.
That makes sense because we got the first anal joke of the podcast.
It's been a while.
It has. You've done really good the last.
I had planned, but I to be honest, Jen has to work a little, and we've had issues with her thinking she's going to come home at a certain time and not. And I don't like to plan meals and then have them sit and wait. So I would have to plan for a time to start tabling the meal that I know is good. You know what I mean? So
right.
I'd have to start tabling the meal and putting it to the table at like 5 by 6 to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So I had kind of a big menu planned, but like all day, like we were going to eat all day. And I forgot that Jen was working. And then the football team got called in for Thanksgiving dinner to her establishment. So she's going to stay and feed the football team for CSUP. And I'm going to do a very nice, a low-fat, red turkey lasagna.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
That's the exciting Christmas. I mean, it's not the menu I started with, which was quite extensive.
That menu you were discussing what sounded fucking banging.
Quite extensive. But we'll go. Christmas is another holiday, so
hopefully you'll be able to put together the big spread that I know you like to do
for Christmas. So I would like, that was the whole thing. So I'll do a cheat. I'll do a Thanksgiving cheat day that's relatively within standards. So
now, for the sake of the folks out there in La La Land, just run through a couple of the things you had planned for this Thanksgiving Palooza, Tryptophan Mania, going what you wanted to do.
I'm sorry?
Let the folks know who aren't in our group chat just a few of the items you had on your Turkey Palooza.
I had appetizers. I was going to do stoner wings, which are smoked, then fried wings. I was going to do those. I was planning on doing raspberry. I was planning on doing brie and croûte with raspberries. I was gonna do candied dates stuffed with goat cheese wrapped in bacon. Um, I was gonna do a smoked cream cheese with a nice green chili jam, or a nice crudité, of course. What else? Then we were gonna do the usuals. Whipped Yukon Gold mashed potatoes with heavy cream, butter, and herbs. Guinness brine turkeys, just loveliness, lovely, lovely, lovely. Homemade cranberry sauce. My cranberry
do you
sauce
make
is
yours
actually
here?
my homemade cranberry sauce is a cranberry sauce for the masses.
Is it more like a relish, or is it more like?
No, it's no. Two ingredients, three if you want to add something nice. It's whole cranberries and sugar and water.
That's it.
It's like the tiniest little bit of water, a good healthy amount of sugar, and then the cranberries are just boiled till they burst for the pectin. So there's no every now and then there's you did join Lynch, just so you know. But yeah, every now and then I hit it with a little bit of lime or lemon juice just because it's required for acid. But yeah, no, I don't do any of that fucking chutney shit. It's cranberries with a tiny bit of water and sugar. That's it.
Yeah, that's what
Megan. It doesn't fuck with anything, and it doesn't have orange peel or cloves but none of that shit. Just cranberries and sugar.
So when Megan makes it, she makes it more like a chutney.
Yeah, that would have been my mother. She would have liked it with like fucking orange zest in it. I'm not. I don't like orange in anything.
Did you see another? Do you see another occurrence of me trying to get in?
Yeah, I said that. I got you. I've got you right here.
All right. Let me see what happens with this.
Okay. I'm just gonna hide you on the stream. I'm gonna hide your other person on the stream. If it goes bad, I can bring you right back in on your phone.
It's a tale of two lynches. And he's muted.
He's good now.
There we go.
Okay.
I had him muted so there was no echo.
So I mean, we might as well get the elephant in the room taken care of. I like my cranberry sauce that shows you exactly where to cut it. Those beautiful the way God intended it. I don't take away from Herm's cooking. See, he's going to do it. Stop. Let me finish.
Mine is like God intended it. 3 ingredients. That's it. There's no can. God does. I still need to talk to God and find out when He invented the can.
On the ninth day, He invented the aluminum can.
Just so we're clear,
that's right.
God invented the cranberry and the sugar cane, and God invented water. My recipe is closer to God than yours. Done.
Mike, I know you haven't read it. It's in the Bible. For God so loved the world.
I have a biblical recipe. Only God's ingredients.
No. It's in the Bible. For God so loved the world, He put the lines on the cranberry sauce so you know where to cut it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the
so pretty
Big Herm Productions mascot. It's Mabel the Wonder Dog.
Mabel.
She's small now, but she's drinking milk, and by the
and she's
time,
gonna look like.
For real, by the time Speedway season opens in February, she'll be right here.
She's gonna look like Mabel from WWE.
For real. Yeah, basically, she's gonna gain 5 pounds a week. That's
nice.
She'll gain 5 pounds a week. That's
so
the Great Dane growth scale.
So I'm gonna repeat the Bible verse, and then we'll look. You guys can hate all you want.
He gave his only begotten can of cranberry.
No, for God so loved the world, He put the lines in the cranberry sauce so you knew where to cut it.
All right,
I don't
Burns, I'm gonna defend you a little bit.
They could give us a job as a fucking kid, and the lines were already there, so we could fuck it up as little as possible.
Bingo. All right, I gotta.
Go.
My defense attorney has something to say.
Oh, here we go.
I have to defend you a little bit. Okay, so growing up, that's all I ever had for cranberry sauce. It was the jellied cranberry,
Mhm.
not the whole berry crap.
Mhm.
It was always a little Ocean Spray or whatever fucking store brand we had, and I grew up eating that. Up until I was about 23, 24 years old when I met my wife.
Mhm.
She made homemade cranberry sauce. It's cranberries until they burst. Then they run through a Cuisinart, and then she adds little baby mandarin oranges and raspberry jello pectin, and a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
I'd even accept the Cuisinart because it makes it like a jam. It makes it a cranberry jam. Because technically, I'm
Now,
making like
here's-
cranberry preserves.
Let him finish, man. Come on
Oh,
now.
I am.
But here's the thing. I'm very textural. The texture of that, I don't like. The flavor's amazing, but I don't like relish. I don't like. I hate relish. To me, it reminds me of like when I was a kid and I puked in my mouth when you were really sick, and it would
my
just kind of
God.
hang out in your mouth for a minute.
What the hell? Are
Before
they
you spit
feeding
it
you?
out?
That's what it reminds. If that's what vomit, it's oh my god.
They fed him like a bird. Mom chewed it up, spit it into his
They
mouth.
only fed me gherkins, so when I threw
No,
up,
it's
it was just like relish.
It's
Go, please. Come on.
it's the texture. I don't eat cooked peas because of the texture. My grandmother forced me. My grandmother only forced me to eat my peas when I was 5 years old. I ate the entire plate of peas, and I puked on her $3,000 piece of Ethan Allen furniture on the dining room table, and she never made me fucking eat my peas again.
Good. Nobody wants that on Thanksgiving.
Well, I was just some random
they're
night that she made me eat her
genuinely
peas.
for the same reason. Mostly, it's a texture thing.
Yeah. And so she understands. But I like a jelly, cranberry jelly. I love. You can sear it on a sandwich. You can eat it in a thick, thin patty, whatever.
And I'm quite sure, and I'm not saying this to lick anybody's ass, but I'm quite sure Herm could whip up a cranberry sauce, that's not jellied with lines in it that I would eat. I'm sure your wife's is
that's
amazing
kinda
too.
what I was going to say is that because mine is cranberries, jelly, and basically cranberries and sugar, it's the exact same flavor profile as the can. What you do get is a nicer sauce. Some of the berries burst, and it doesn't have that like chunky pudding relish texture. You get like sauce, but then you get like a whole berry. So when you're chewing on something, you're eating like it's a berry rather than that whole Lynch, it doesn't have that ground up texture like you've made baby food.
Yeah, that's what I hate.
It eats like you're
That's
eating
what I
like
hate.
preserves. Like if you stuck a spoon in preserves, you could pull out a whole fucking strawberry with a little bit of that jelly around it. That's how I like my cranberry sauce. Basically like preserves.
Right.
Whole berries till they pop,
Right.
but there's still enough texture like you're eating it. There's a small amount of peel. You can chew it. It eats like something an adult would eat, but it tastes like the cranberry sauce from the can. It's easy. You just literally just boil the shit out of it. It's so easy.
I love the way you put it.
It looks and on a plate, it's amazing. It looks beautiful. Fucking whole cranberries, beautiful, shiny. But when you go to eat it, it also doesn't offend or have anything in it other than cranberries and sugar. So it's very hard to not like it because of a texture thing. Because the berries are whole.
Okay, but I just love.
Jen hates fucking whole berry cranberry sauce, and she'll eat mine and tell anybody on the planet it's the fucking best on the planet because that's why.
Nobody on this panel is going to argue your cooking expertise and the way you make things just burst with flavor, because we're both going to sit here and we could talk about the fall roaster and how each of us ate our body weight and then some. I just love the way you put it and basically pissed off half the world. Kind of like, some of our Democrat friends have been doing recently, calling half the country eat it. You're like, oh, this is something an adult would eat. And I can hear people.
It comes across more adult and not kiddie and a little more sophisticated.
The sophistication, I understand.
There you go. It seems a little more sophisticated. It looks a little more sophisticated on the plate rather than a slice of you know that the chef in me, that the fact that there's a slab of fucking cranberry jelly on a fucking plate, and that's that half the fucking nation, every fucking grocery store for the next 3 weeks will have those slices on a plate as the garnish decoration. Yes, I get it. I know everybody likes it. I liked it as a kid too. I did. I liked it, and then I developed.
Then you grew up.
Further, and then I developed a little further, right? And it's not bad. The one that I make isn't bad. I don't like everybody else's when they do all that funky shit to it. Like I'm sure Megan's is absolutely delicious, but as soon as you told me you food processed it and you added this and she puts that in, I can taste it. I'm sure it's delicious. But for me, it's that I want canned cranberry. That's why I like mine. It's the taste that you guys like in a more sophisticated form. And that's
Okay,
all
that's a little bit different than some of the
flavor,
bullshit you
just
guys.
more sophisticated. I like it.
Right.
It's delicious and it's fresh. And I know even with the ingredients that are listed on the cranberry sauce, it's fucking high. It's cranberry juice, high fructose corn syrup,
corn syrup,
and regular corn syrup. That's it.
Xanthan gum, whatever the fuck that is.
And juice. But yeah, no slices of cranberry ridged sauce on my table. You know what I do like? You know what I like it for? I like it at Thanksgiving because I take a can and I put it in the fridge and then I use it and slice it and I use it for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Oh yeah, that's really good that way.
I use cranberry sauce from the can for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
You can do that with leftover turkey sandwiches. Cut two nice thin, and the lines are there. It'll tell you where to cut it. God intended it that way, and you.
Just like Jesus said. And then Jesus made cranberry sauce and the AR-15.
And we killed the dinosaurs and the homosexuals.
But yeah, like I like that as an ingredient. Instead of you guys all know the 1980s cocktail meatballs, right?
Yes.
Heinz, the Heinz chili sauce and grape jelly.
Mm-hmm.
I like to forego the grape jelly, and I like to use a can of jellied cranberry sauce as my base for the meatballs instead of grape jelly. But yeah,
that sounds fucking phenomenal.
So my friend Rob's wife does it for her those type of meatballs, and they're amazing.
Or get it hot, turn it to liquid, and then cook it down a little more and actually like syrup it and then drizzle it over vanilla ice cream or over pastry. It's awesome. It's great. I just don't like
chocolate.
I love it if I use it.
Chaka's in the house.
Oh my man, I don't even have the chat up. There we go. Okay.
He says, "LOL, your thumbnail is stressing me out."
Whose thumbnail?
Good morning, fellas. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I don't know. Is it our preview on YouTube?
It has to be. It has to be. Because that looks like somebody burnt it. That looks like the turkey from Christmas Vacation.
Well, I don't know if it would be like human flesh. How often does she eat human flesh? I mean, because technically, Tim in the comments mushrooms eat like meat. So yes, they would eat like human flesh or or cow flesh or pork flesh. They eat like meat.
If you like Taco Bell, it tastes like horse flesh.
Yeah, I mean, horse meat's actually pretty fucking good. I'm just saying.
Let's see. Where are we going? Tim, we're going to get to green bean casserole in a little bit. I promise you. Thank you, Tim. Other Tim. Loved canned cranberry sauce. Good. You're my kind of guy. We just covered Tim Robichaud and JB and her human flesh fetish, if you will. I don't know. But
I don't want to know.
You put that in your green bean casserole, not mine.
No, stop, because we're not at green bean casserole yet. Because that brings up to me the fact that, Lynch has talked about
green bean casserole is people.
Shut up, you. Lynch brought up texture. Okay, is there something that no matter what, you could have this fantastic spread. There's 17 dishes in front of you. What are you never going to eat? no matter what, that's on a spread. And don't say jellied cranberry sauce. I will burn both your houses down with the same match.
So
texture-wise.
Nothing texture-wise.
Okay.
Nothing.
See, you're not really a texture guy, are you, Herm?
No, it's flavor. I don't give a fuck. I'll eat the most disgusting foods on the planet. Those fucking the muy ganuk with the fucking the fucking fermented baby chickens. I'll eat that shit. I'll crunch that. I don't give a fuck. 100-year-old egg that's been buried in the desert for 100 days. I'll eat that too. The Chinese, the fortune egg. I'll eat all of that. There isn't, you know what I don't like for texture? Yeah, there is. The filling in a Cadbury cream egg.
That's not Thanksgiving, bro.
I'm saying that's the only fucking thing on the planet that I don't like the texture of.
I love it, but it's so goddamn chalky. It tastes like sand.
I can't stand those fucking Cadbury eggs, but that's it. Other than that, that's it. Everything else I will eat. There isn't anything
all right
texture wise.
I love them as a kid, but I agree. I don't like them now. I love them as a kid.
I can't eat them now.
For me, texture wise, like I said, if there's cooked peas, I really don't. No, I'll try anything. I will not eat green bean casserole because I just don't like it.
Green bean casserole is
I'll
green bean. Go ahead, please.
That's it.
Okay.
I'll eat green beans. I'll eat raw peas, like snow peas or snap peas, raw. I really there isn't anything that at Thanksgiving that texturally really kind of kills it for me.
All right. I'm going to give my friend Mark's wife a lot of credit. It took me years to eat turnips, mainly because when people make them, they come out stringy. Like when people make squash and it's stringy, man, I like my squash whipped and buttery, and she makes turnips the same way. And before that, I couldn't do it. There's just something about Lynch is a communist. Robichaud in the comment section. Lynch is all right. You know what?
And so am I, because I'm about to shit all over green bean casserole.
I'm just going to say before you even say a damn word, green bean casserole is proof that God loves us.
Yep, and culinarily, it's trash. And that's,
I don't give a fuck. It's you know what? It's a lot like beefaroni. You know it sucks, but you love it.
Yeah, it is.
No,
it is. But that's the thing is like it's more to that.
Please expand.
All right. Well, it was created by a director of home economics at Campbell's, because they needed something to come up with that was cheap and easy and required no skill to prepare. No skill, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
fine.
I understand, but that's what she came up with. And I just feel like green bean casserole feels like mom had dinner made, right? And we're going to eat in about an hour and a half, and everything's on schedule. And there's 12 people coming to dinner, and mom gets a phone call an hour before dinner is ready that 6 extra fucking people are coming to dinner, and she's afraid. And like she went through the cabinet, it was like, I need anything that I can put together. And like, white people use cream of mushroom soup offensively. I'm okay. I'm just going to say that. Like white people think cream of mushroom soup is like duct tape.
Like a wonder drug.
It's like duct tape, man. Like you put a bunch of shit together and wrap it in duct tape, and it's all a solid mass. And you can take a bunch of shit and put it in a pan. And white people just like to dump a can of Campbell's that shit on it, and now it's a casserole.
Green bean casserole was invented because Campbell's wanted to sell their division of the frozen vegetables. That because they were all owned by the same company.
Yeah, I was going to say it was.
So you buy a can of Campbell's soup.
They wanted a product. They wanted a product that was easy, cheap, and used all of the ingredients from all of their divisions. And there it is.
Correct. So you get your Campbell's soup, you get your frozen green beans, and your dried French onion.
First of all,
sprinkle on the top, which I love. I'll eat those out of it.
okay. First of all, if you're
Tim
using
Robichaud, I do love spam as well.
spam, we can have a whole conversation about spam. I love spam. Absolutely. If you're using canned green beans in your green bean casserole, flush it down the toilet. If you're using canned cream of mushroom soup,
Frozen.
now if you're doing it in a quick style, which hey, there was a time this spring where a couple of us decided, it'd be great. Let's have green bean casserole, and just made it out of nowhere in off season, if you will, and used canned green beans. But if you're making it for Thanksgiving, you better go out and get yourself some fresh green beans. Do it right. Don't skimp on the green bean. Second, I don't care. Don't use Campbell's. I don't care if you use Progresso. I don't care if you make it yourself. But Campbell's, again, for the quick fix, completely acceptable. If you're just jonesing and you got 10 minutes and you want to make something quick, that's great. If you're serving a dinner to X amount of people, don't skimp on the good stuff. Come on now. Treat them like you care about them, not like you're fucking Denny's. Tim's with me. I knew he would be.
They're people. I don't care about them.
If you're inviting them to your home, you may as well just go get. You may as well just get turkey loaf and vegetable medley in a box and serve that freeze dried vegetable medley. Stop that shit. If you're eating by yourself, that's great. If you're having a, go ahead.
So we had planned for like 10 people to be here. Her sister, her boyfriend, and her son were supposed to come up, and she decides that the week of the holiday, she's going to get her car fixed and expect it to be fixed in a day.
Good luck.
Key West, Florida. So they're not coming.
So how many people are you down to?
It's going to be myself, Megan, my mother, and her sister.
Oh, gee, look at the time. I'll be in Guam.
Yeah.
I mean, Lynch sent me an invite today, which I was very grateful for. Thank you very much. But I had
you're welcome.
plans.
It's always open.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you very much. I always appreciate, holidays at your house. But knowing that your mom's going to be there, there's one headache I don't need to relive. The one time, dude, that's your cross to bear, not mine. And I feel for you every fucking time. But that one time that Emma and I came over and your mom just bitched about anything she could, I was looking at my watch, counting seconds, like 17, 18, almost Emma's bedtime. How much longer? 2.5 hours. Fuck.
Yeah. Anyway.
I got to put the kid to bed. She goes to bed real early. Yeah, 5 o'clock comes early around these parts.
Sunset. She's got sundowners.
It's illegal for me to have her out past.
Right?
Brooklyn, Connecticut is a sundowner town for.
Protective order says I have to have her home by the first street light.
That's it. Oh, that leads to another question. First of all, both you pricks can go fuck yourself for fucking with me over my green bean casserole. I will stand behind it. Okay. It's in the Bible. Don't even check it out.
Heard? Don't even check it out. Don't even bother. You won't even have to vote anymore. It's just.
Nope. You won't. Believe me.
Ever again.
You'll never have to vote again. Green bean casserole. It's biblical.
It's biblical.
Since we mentioned Mama Lynch, do you have one relative that ruined a Thanksgiving for you? Any Thanksgiving. Start with Lynch, and if your answer is anything other than Mom, I'm going to be upset.
Other than her, no, because growing up, the holidays in our house weren't a bit huge deal. Thanksgiving, my mom would get a ham or a turkey. We'd cook, and it'd just be usually me, my mom, and my dad.
Or your mom would get hammered.
Ham.
Oh, ham or a turkey. Oh, okay. I was going to say your mom would
ham or a turkey.
She would hammer a turkey. What the? That's not how you prep that at all.
Dip it in vodka and let God do the rest.
While it's still alive.
What is this?
Ground the fucker.
What is this? It's my special hammered turkey.
I walk in. Mom's got a bottle of vodka shoved down a turkey's neck.
A little for the turkey. A little for the turkey. A little for mama. A little more for mama. A little more for mama.
My mom would hammer a turkey. What the fuck?
Turkeys would flock to their house on Thanksgiving. We want to be next. Go ahead, sir. Ham or turkey? I speak English.
Heard.
So and that was very rare because we would normally go to my grandmother Lynch's house, and she did a huge spread. It would be as many of the cousins that were still around, and myself, and all of them. So no, Thanksgiving and Christmas are usually pretty docile in the Lynch household, other than what you had just mentioned. When I'm really looking forward to on Thursday. Because guess what? She has a new boyfriend.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, the other guy's not even fucking cold yet.
I was gonna say.
You changed the sheets on the bed?
I don't know, man. I just go with the flow. I don't ask questions. I don't really care. I'll meet him Thursday, and I'll give you a report card on Friday.
The groundskeeper hasn't even tamped down the dirt over the top of him, and she's like, "This is Fred, my new boyfriend."
George.
Sorry, that was my second choice because I ran out of old person names.
Well, I asked her a couple of weeks ago. All right, so we're doing Thanksgiving. Blah blah blah. Is Nancy living with you now? Her sister. After her, that was my Uncle Ray who passed away back in earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
She was living in Maine alone, so my mother said, "Hey, come live with me." And my gentleman friend, I like, she just can't say the word boyfriend.
Oh Lord.
Maybe he's like,
you know what? That'd be fine because the house would be fucking clean, and I wouldn't have to worry about anything when she croaks.
When the girls first started, they had the gay housekeeper guy.
He wasn't gay.
Who? When what first started?
Golden Girls. The first season of Golden Girls, they had.
Oh, was that Jim J. Bullock?
Remember the gay guy that was the cook, cleaner, house person?
I don't think it was Jim J. Bullock.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I have to go back and look. Where's my fucking phone?
Where you left it?
Where you left it. But yeah, they had a houseman in the first season. And Dorothy had a houseman at the house.
I don't remember that.
I don't either. But then again, I mean, I'm 104 years old now, and
did you know that we're the same age as the Golden Girls when they started doing their show?
That's what we need. The three of us in a house in Miami. That's a show.
Dude, go back and look.
We'll bring Marsh too. The four of us.
Fuck yeah.
Listen, look at.
He's gonna be Sophia.
There you go. Go ahead.
Look at Carol O'Connor in All in the Family. When that show started, he was younger than us.
Yup.
Yeah, Jen
he was in his late 40s.
We are older right now than Mr. Howell was on Gilligan's Island.
What was the best one I saw recently?
That motherfucker look old.
Wilfred Brimley, when he did Our House back was younger than us.
When they had him as grandpa on Our House, they aged him quite a bit for that role. But yes, he was.
And he just died, 2 years ago, and at 144?
Diabetes.
Yeah.
Here's a tangent question. Here's a tangential question.
Sure.
Do you think people in the 50s and 60s looked much older than their biological age? Is it something that we've kind of listen? Is it something that we've kind of like evolved to the point where I look my age? I look like an old motherfucker. Herm can pass for late 40s, mid 40s, late 40s. You can pass for mid 40s, late 40s. There's no denying that this is 52.
But had
people who were in between before in 40 and 50 back in the 50s. The ages of 40 and 50 in the 50s, 60s, 70s, they looked much older than we do, like our generation does now.
I think a lot of it's perception. I think I'll start with.
Is it?
Go ahead, please. What was your question?
Well, no, because there are certain movie stars. There's certain movie stars like Judy Garland with the first introduction. What did you see? The Wizard of Oz. She was beautiful, beautiful young lady.
Mm-hmm.
And as the older she got, she aged like progressively within her decade bracket, like the 40s and the 50s and her age, 50, 60. But when you look at a guy like Wilford Brimley, who I thought was 75 years old in Our House and in Cocoon, he was only in his 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked like that off camera, too.
Yeah.
Like Abe Vigoda was like 50-something when he was in Fish.
Yeah, but what did it for Wilford Brimley is being bald, that fucking walrus mustache, and being fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
I think.
I'll bet if you take a picture of me with a full-ass beard, or just when I was heavy, and then take a picture of me now, just being thinner, you're gonna say I look younger.
Yeah.
And that
people do comment.
A lot of that.
People
But you
do
gotta
comment
remember,
to other people that have lost weight that
also
they
stayed
just
trimmer
lost.
longer back then.
True.
I think when you look at people from back then, I look at people in their 30s and 40s back then. Dick Van Dyke, that's not his real name. Desi Arnaz.
Ricky
Look at those guys that were in their 30s and 40s, and they looked magnificent. And it's like, in my 30s, I'm like, why don't I look like that? God damn, they were styling. Alan Thicke was another guy that in his 40s and into his 50s just looked. Fucking Tom Selleck was another guy. Tom Selleck is 904, and he still looks like he could be in his 50s.
Dad will still watch Blue Bloods and be like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just still
Tom
watching Blue Bloods and just be like,
Yep.
He's a good-looking dude. There's no doubt about it. He's a handsome man.
Anybody our age just goes, Magnum. That's all it is. That's it. Every woman of our generation just, that's Thomas Magnum.
And when you look at the women, now I look at women now that are in their 50s, as far as, regular people and say famous people.
Yeah,
some of them age really, really well. She aged really well until recently.
Well,
now she looks like the Crypt Keeper.
She doesn't really look like the Crypt Keeper. She still looks younger than she actually is, but she looks amazing. Everything's tight. Everything.
Who were you talking about?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, she does. She looks great,
Everything-
and she's only 10 years older than us.
Tight, and she is much older than she actually looks, but she's now getting to the point where she's like, no, I don't want to go out and party. I'd like to be home by 9:00. And that's you know what I mean? We're all there. Like, hey, we're going out Friday night. All right, cool. Yeah, meet us at 9:30 at night.
Yeah,
At night.
the first one or the second one? Yeah.
9:30. I'm drinking a smoothie and getting ready for bed, honey. That's
because I work nights now. 9:30 doesn't sound like a stretch for me, but
not for you. I've noticed that. Like, there's like 1 a.m. texts for me. Or for you, like me getting an 11:30, 12 o'clock text my time is not a big deal because I know you're up and it's 2 there.
Yeah.
You're probably a late shift.
Yeah. But look at some of the beautiful, beautiful women that are above 50. And you can go back to our generation. And I say that, with air quotes because these were from a past generation. And Margaret. Sophia Loren.
I was going to say
Oh.
Raquel Welch.
Raquel Welch. And Margaret just knocked it when she was in Grumpy Old Men and she was 60.
She's
60.
Good looking woman.
Hot as
in that
fuck.
role. She was hot as fuck in that role.
I don't know what this has to do with Thanksgiving at all, but we're gonna roll with it for right now. We're thankful.
Margaret.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful for Anne Margaret's rack.
Love it.
I mean, what? It's a bounty.
Racing car.
Mm-hmm. I look at it this way: when I first saw Grumpy Old Men, and she was doing all that coy bullshit and locked the door and making the sexy face, I'm like, dude, I don't care if she's 70. I would.
I'll lock the door. I got it.
Go ahead. I'm gonna run upstairs real quick and.
right?
I gotta go grab a tube sock. I'll be right back.
Right? I'm gonna rub one out quick so I don't disappoint you, Grandma.
Seriously.
But look at some of the ladies now that we're talking about in the 50s. J-Lo, Sofia Guevara. There's something that they put in the water down there that makes Spanish women sexy all their life. What's her nuts that was on George Lopez that is doing something different now that played Angie. Still hot as a pistol.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock is still amazingly beautiful. Nicole Kidman. Selma Hayek. Yeah,
hey, I like her enough that she's tattooed up my leg.
She did what? Oh, so Selma Hayek.
Yeah, she's on my leg. That's part of the new tattoo.
You win the day on that one. Yeah. Yeah. What? Wow. All right. Relatives who ruined Thanksgiving. My dad and I got in a fist fight on Thanksgiving once, but that didn't ruin it. God rest his soul.
Funny thing, that's not what ruined that Thanksgiving.
I gotta know.
No, it's the fact that I had to work that night.
What was the pretext? What happened?
Said
Miscommunication.
the turkey was dry.
No.
That's what does it in my house.
You look at your mother and said, "Bitch, this turkey sucks."
No. My mother is still to this day a hell of a cook. Dad got into cooking late in his life, and it turned out he was a better cook than my mother.
Ooh.
Them's fighting words if I was in Florida right now. But yeah, when Dad got into cooking, Dad could really bust out the food. Back to what it was. Miscommunication. I had to work that night, and I invited my brother out Friday night because we hadn't hung out in a while, and Matt misheard. So he's getting ready. I'm in the shower. I brought my stuff to Mom's house, and I'm showering. I got my work. I have a blue shirt on that says Mohegan Sun, Uncas Pavilion, because I was doing overtime for a concert, and I believe the concert was Frankie Valli and the rest of the Guinea Wops. And
that's what they're called.
I'm getting ready to leave, and my dad goes, where are you going? I'm like, not that I answer to you anymore, but I'm going to work. Well, Matt said you two are going out. I'm like, Matt was fucking wrong. Sorry. I'm going to work. And it just, he said some stupid shit, and then I said some stupid shit, then he said more stupid shit, then I said more stupid shit. I could have just left it alone, walked out, gone to work. Nope, I was going to have my voice heard. Big fucking mistake. We started throwing fists. My mother's losing her mind. My grandmother had died 2 weeks before. It was a hell of a Thanksgiving. And then the next day, it was sometime the next day where I had to come over there to pick up my stuff after my shift early in the morning, and Matt was like, yeah, I think I screwed that up. And there's my dad sitting at the table in the morning drinking his coffee. He looks up, I look at him and go, sup. And that was our way of just like, all right, we're cool.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good now. The only relative I did not like being around at Thanksgiving was there was one of my uncles that would just sit in a corner by himself. He'd come to the table, he'd eat, he'd go sit in a corner. He didn't bother anybody. He didn't talk to anybody. He didn't do jack shit. And everybody's talking. The rule in our house or our family was no politics at Thanksgiving. None. Thanksgiving, Christmas, politics free. But he would just sit in the corner and do nothing. He'd just stare off blindly. Wouldn't watch the football games, wouldn't engage in conversation. Hey, how's work? Hey, how's this? How's your kid? How's your family? How's your crotch itch? Nothing. He would just sit there. He didn't ruin it, but it was like very uncomfortable. It was like he was working for some government agency trying to get secrets on all of us.
Maybe he was.
I don't know. He worked for EB forever, so that's about it.
What about you, Herm?
I don't have any. No, nothing. Not a relative. Not anything. No, there isn't really a ruined holiday anywhere.
Okay.
No. It was pretty good. Thanksgiving was pretty low key around our house. We liked it that way.
Good. It should be.
Yeah.
Have your food. Enjoy the company of others. Watch a football game or two. Hell, if you don't like football, the Godfather Marathon is on. Avoid 3 like the plague.
So you watch all that shit. I
Yeah.
like watching those, the dog show.
Where I'm going this year, Mark, they get up bright and early. They whip up a fat-ass breakfast spread, and they watch the Macy's parade. Not a fan. Or else I'd be there at 8:30 in the morning enjoying Miss Anya's gorgeous breakfast. But you've seen one Macy's parade. You've pretty much seen them all.
My wife likes to watch it, so it's on.
Hey, I don't disparage anybody. You like the Macy's parade, God love you. I would rather watch the Rose Bowl parade because they throw different things at you every year. Macy's parade is like, there's a big-ass balloon of Spider-Man. Oh, wait. Here comes the big-ass balloon of SpongeBob. Here comes the local high school cheerleaders doing their, gimmick down the street. And wait, in an hour, Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus comes every year. We get it. You want to surprise me? Bring Robin Williams out at the end. Make it something I need to be there for. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the parade, Dimebag Darrell will be playing God Bless America on a ukulele.
I'd pay admission.
I would fly to New York on a broomstick to see that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would totally be all over that.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, your halftime entertainment at the Macy's Parade is Prince. Jesus Christ, how do I get there? But it's the same shit every year. But people love it. And you know what? God love you if you do. Watch it. Enjoy it. Do the big breakfast with your family. I don't have to like it. These guys don't have to like my green bean casserole. You
I
do.
I like the roast all of that shit. I like to my own commentary as their.
Yeah, me too.
I like to fuck with that and basically just talk shit on the whole parade while it goes by. Like, just watching people. It's just beautiful, focused, watching people opportunity.
I can see that.
Yep, I like to roast motherfuckers.
But fuck, you can do that at Walmart on any given Wednesday night.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to Walmart on Thanksgiving Day.
Nope, I said at any given Wednesday night.
That's it.
Maybe that's what my uncle was doing, sitting back and in his mind roasting all of us on Thanksgiving. Who the fuck puked on his shirt and made it look like that sweater? God damn. Look, her
bitch.
Yeah, her blouse looks like she cut up grandma's couch. Oh, God, is she going to spew up more Pall Mall cigarette smoke? Jesus Christ.
Yo, have you guys checked out the series F is for Family?
No.
Yes. I fucking love that show.
I got up this morning and was over at a buddy's house at 4 a.m. To show him, start him and show him how to use a smoker. But we were watching some of that. Well, it's funny as shit. Check it
Where
out.
can I find that?
Netflix.
Okay. Definitely look
It's
into
funny
that.
as shit. It's Bill Burr as the father. It's really some funny ass shit. He's got all of his buddies that play characters in the series. It's hilarious. And it's all
Yeah, it's
set
really
in like
good.
1973, 1974. So
Ooh.
everything is 70s, and then there's some fucked up references. Like the one I watched this morning, they were moving the kid to the basement, and they had a guy come down. Jimmy come down. He's looking at the basement. He's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Fuck yeah." He's like, "We can throw some asbestos on these walls. Hit it with some lead paint. This thing will be good as fucking new."
Yeah.
It's shit like that. Like we get it now, but like at the time, nobody gets it, but we do. But yeah, a little asbestos on the walls. Little lead paint, we're in, baby. This will be beautiful in here.
We are the last tough generation.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
fuck you 25 to 30s who think you're all badass. You ain't shit. Crying about a 40-hour work week. We had lead paint, asbestos. We drank from the hose. We were out all day until the street light. If it rained, then you got to play video games. If you were lucky, because General Hospital comes on at 3 and Mom needs a TV back. Everybody didn't have their own TV. Go fuck yourself.
No, you didn't. There was one TV in the fucking house.
Unless
maybe a second one in the den. But that was like the family room, and that was only so that the fucking adults didn't have to bother with the kids. The kids could be sent down to the den, and we don't have to talk to them for 5 hours. They've got their own television.
I got lucky as a kid having a paper route, saving money, doing lawns, doing leaves, and saving money. And one year, I was about 12 or 13, on layaway, of course. I bought a 13-inch color TV from Caldor, and I put it in my bedroom.
$7 a week,
something like that. I didn't care what it was.
You know what it was back then? It was like
I took my Atari away from the main TV and I put it in my room. And if I didn't want to be bothered, if I didn't like what Dad was watching, I could go watch TV in my room I didn't have cable in my room at that time. So rabbit-eared the shit out of it. So I got 3 channels and.
But you had the Atari.
Exactly. Flip the switch in the back, turn it to channel 3. And I was Defender Jones.
I remember when I was like 13, my dad is down in the basement with a fucking drill, and he had a TV in basically every fucking room of the house. That's just how he was. And he had this little 13-inch or 19-inch TV he wanted to give me, and he put it in my bedroom. He's like, "Oh, the rabbit ears suck. Hang on a minute." He goes in the basement, and he says, "Turn this flashlight on and shine it down the air duct so I can see." Next thing I know, I see a 1-inch fucking spade bit come shooting through the fucking floor and a piece of coax. He's like, "Grab that end!" I pull it up. Comes upstairs. He goes, "Now, there, I got a fucking cable TV in your room. You happy? Don't worry about the hole. We'll just fill it in with like caulk."
Yep.
I'll put some putty around it.
Herm and I did that at our first apartment. Of course, it wasn't our cable, but that's a different story for a different time.
Completely different story for another time. But yeah, we drilled a couple of holes so we could have cable too.
Yep.
My dad had the big satellite dish.
It worked with phone. Apparently, we found out later it works with phone lines too.
My dad had the big satellite dish on the roof.
Yes, he did.
And he also had cable, but when he canceled cable, they never came out and pulled it from the pole. So he's like, "Fuck it, we got everything for free for 1 year." And then he made friends with one of the whatever it was back in the store cable, and that guy gave my dad a handful of the choke units that they use. And my dad's like, "What's this?" He's like, "Oh, if you put this one on, on over here, you get channels this through this. If you put this one on, you get all the pay-per-view shit. If you put this one on, you get all the movie channels."
They were bypassing for series of channels.
They were chokes.
Yeah.
They were
chokes.
In the beginning, it's what they used for the add-on channels. When you got HBO, they came in and put a new box in and then put a choke on your TV that allowed HBO to unscramble.
Yeah. So I said, "Hey, what do you want to watch this weekend, Chris?" "I don't know, HBO." Hang on a minute. Let me go downstairs. There you
I
go.
can hear the song playing in my head now with the HBO logo flying and the
Dun, 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 dun. That was the big deal when I was a kid. They actually had a behind-the-scenes documentary about how they filmed that, with the little miniatures going to the camera, painted through, coming up to the big sign, which was an actual thing. It wasn't hand drawn.
Well, I shared that not long ago. All the different special event things that we used to see as kids, and hearing that HBO song, you just knew, like, oh shit.
Oh, how about this time of year, or any holiday when you'd get the special presentation for the cartoons at night that would come in and
spin around. Yep.
Yes, the CBS special gimmick,
special presentation.
You saw that. You got all excited. You literally got aroused.
Mm-hmm. You were rigid
for what you were about to experience. You knew that something awesome that only comes once a year. This is it.
Once a year.
There is no. You're not seeing it again. And if it was a special or something new, a new one of something, that's it. It's Christmas, and you're going to see it this Christmas, and you're never going to fucking see it again
for another year. The Wizard of Oz was that way.
Fucking years until YouTube and the internet fucking happens. If you miss it, or if you missed the Friday night episode you've been waiting for, and you didn't record it, it was gone. It was gone. Your only opportunity.
You had to wait for reruns.
Everybody talk about it so you at least knew what the fuck was going on.
Mm-hmm.
It was done.
Especially if it was something first run, you were asked out.
Right, like you had to hope that maybe someday that shit will go into syndication and and that shit ended up on channel 56.
Speaking of, is there any movie? I consider Thanksgiving to be. It is a standalone holiday. It's my favorite holiday, but it's also the beginning of Christmas season. Is there one movie that makes you think about this time of year? Like it's Thanksgiving, everything's done. We're going to sit back and watch a movie. Is there like a go-to for either of you?
There's a couple. Love Actually. I mean, even though that's kind of set at Christmas time, my dad and my mom would watch that every year during the holidays. Like one of the holidays, they pick a holiday, either Thanksgiving or Christmas. And it turned to that was their Christmas movie, Wizard of Oz, and the Rankin Bass stop motion, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Right.
The Frosty the Snowman.
The year without Santa Claus.
Yes.
Yeah. All those stop motion shit was really cool.
You've got the Caleb one for New Year's with the baby New Year and look at your ears and that
Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
But Thanksgiving's tough because it's
listen, calm down, baby New Year.
Yeah. Thanksgiving, there really isn't many Thanksgiving movies like Thanksgiving.
There really isn't.
I mean, but anything that is at least somewhat Thanksgiving adjacent, like Christmas movies or even like Halloween movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, Halloween starts the holiday season. Halloween, to me, it's a holiday, and then Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a signal for all the Christmas deals you're going to get on Black Friday. Or what on Amazon, whatever.
We agree that that's not. It isn't what it used to be. I mean, it's really not. Like,
no, because they do the Black Friday all year long.
Look, they're trying to sell big screen TVs, but everybody on the planet can afford a big screen TV or a flat screen TV now. This isn't 1994, and a 13 inch is $1,000.
No, you can get a 60-inch for $400.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
like,
here's why Black Friday is important now. Still, Black Friday is only relevant for brick and mortar retail because of sites like Amazon, eBay, any e-commerce site.
Mm-hmm.
All week, Amazon has been doing a Black Friday this whole week, pre-Black Friday sale on their site, and there's some really good deals on there, 50, 60, 70% off on some stuff. Last year's great technology is like up to 70% off. Cool. I can get it. It's important for retail to get asses out of their seats and into the stores on Black Friday because of Amazon. Why do I have to leave the house when I can just order it on Amazon for cheaper?
Yeah, well, that's what I just saw. There's somebody today that's at 1 o'clock, they're giving away this. It's something at 3 o'clock, there's an in-store giveaway. But to be honest, the problem is that getting them into the store is what they're selling isn't. Look, you want me to be happy that that you took something that was $1.99, you had marked it up to $2.99, and now you're telling me it's on sale and it's back to the $1.99 price you were selling it for. That's not it. That's not how that works. And that
no. So what Walmart?
How it works now.
No, what Walmart has been doing pre-Black Friday is that they are doing weekly specials, and then at the closer you get to, like you said, closer you get to Thanksgiving, you're doing hourly. At 1, 2, 3 o'clock, you can get this item. What they're putting on sale now, for as far as TVs, computers, and phones, are all last year's shit, which was originally $2.99. They started selling it in September at $1.99, and now they're going to sell it for $1.48.
Yeah, so
there is a savings, but there are also artificial savings, like you had said. They will make the regular price what is suggested retail, which is the max that any retail store should charge. and then they'll make a false perception of savings by slashing $30 off of that. It's you're actually paying more.
Yeah, that's housewife math. Why did you buy that? It was 70% off. You still spent money, but I saved. No, you didn't.
Right, and it's hard to tell people that because they see that because people who love to shop sales, they like to shop, they have that impulse. So they're like, "Ooh, I came here for this, but that's a good deal, I think." They don't do the research.
I think I love it. You're right.
And I see something on clearance, I'm on my phone looking it up on 5 or 6 different sites to make sure it's actually a good fucking deal. That's what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't educate yourself what the price was in the last 6 months, or currently at any store, you're really not saving any money.
You're just assing yourself out of $200. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Those are the famous words of my ex-wife, 2 ex-girlfriends, and now my daughter. But Dad, with the exception of the "but Dad" part, but it's on.
It was
sale.
on sale.
You still spent X amount of money.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. If you wanted it before you went to the store, and
Say
it was on sale, that's a deal.
Yes, it is.
If I've been wanting one and looking for one, and there's something I'm needing, and I know it's on my list, and I stroll across the end of the season clearance on a gallon of Ortho Bug spray that for the house, and it's cheaper than it's been all season because it's on clearance. Yep, it's something I needed. It's something I was going to pick up. It's something I was going to pay.
That's how I shop
for, and now it's $9.
Correct.
However, if I walked in the store, didn't need that bug spray, and was like, "That's cheap. I'm going to buy it because it's cheap." That is that.
You spent money. You didn't save shit.
Unless you see it and like, if I saw it, oh, you know what? Johnny said he was needing that shit. Maybe that's one thing, but now I'm just picking up a fucking gift and it doesn't matter. But
right.
if I went in there thinking, I need this spoon, and they've got that spoon and they've got it, and it's a lower price than I've wanted it at. That's a deal.
That's
but
a savings.
Right. I was in there to buy lettuce and saw that spoon was 30% off, and I didn't go for a spoon and didn't really need a spoon, but it's on sale, then we haven't done any good work here today.
Okay, raise your hand if your wife, girlfriend, significant other at any point in your life went to the store to get Q-tips and draws and walked out with $800 worth of shit. You know it's happened. Just raise your hand. Stuff they didn't need. Let's put it that way. That $800 is
no. That for me, that usually happens together.
Ooh.
Neither one of us makes crazy purchases dumb like that without talking to the other. Nobody needs permission, but we talk to each other. There's transparency.
Hey, do we really need this?
Like, she's like, "Look, I'm probably going to spend some stupid money today." Okay, all right, you want?
Yeah, if the bat signal has already gone up, then you're good.
When we go somewhere together, and she is there for immediate. Okay, she's so supportive, and I'm so supportive. So whatever your crazy spend is, I support it because that bitch wants a cow. That bitch wants a cow, and she's got me inherently on the internet looking to see how much Highland cows are. And they're expensive, but I'm like, all right, that's not too bad. Like, I mean, it's several $1,000s, but it's not really that bad. Like, it's much cheaper than my motorcycle, I guess. So
as guys,
I'm like, I don't know how to tell her no. I mean, I want a $40,000 motorcycle. How do I tell her no to a $7,000 cow? I don't.
Sure. Understand. I mean, as guys, I think impulse purchases for most of us. I know Herm's going to fuck this up for everybody. You buy a CD, you see this really cool, like, I know Lynch and I are collectible guys. Herm's a bit of a collectible guy. You see the $40 Andre the Giant Funko Pop, you grab it, because you saw it, and it's $40. It's not like we're spending $6,000.
And it goes with the rest of my shit.
Right?
It matches my shit. I need it.
You don't get it. It's an addition to my collection. Going to the races was a thing for me when I was married or with girlfriends or whatever. When I was in
all of those other things, even more better because he's now part of them.
That's it. I was big into the diecast collecting before the diecast market just utterly tanked, and I'd go to the races and I would hear, "All right, you're not going to buy any diecasts, right? Right,
I don't
right."
Nope.
And then you go and 2004 Richmond, Kevin Harvick's running a Kiss paint scheme. I walked away with the.
Of course, you're going to buy it.
I bought the Craftsman truck diecast, I bought the Xfinity diecast, and I bought the Kevin Harvick Cup diecast. I bought a hat, and that's where I left it. And it looked up how much. I'm like, I spent everything I went for merchandise with. I didn't overspend, but it's dumb because then the diecast market bottoms out, and I had to sell it for pennies on the dollar. However, at the time, I had all three of them, but there were times, not that year, the year after, that almost got me divorced, which was, you're not going to buy any diecast this year. We're running out of room. I'm not going to buy any diecast this year. We're running out of room. And I went to one of the tent sales that they have outside of the track. If you've ever been to a NASCAR race, everybody sets up tents. They're selling T-shirts, hats, cheaper than what you can get in the track. It's the same shit.
I was going to say it's NASCAR's equivalent of parking lot T-shirts.
Yes.
Yep.
But they're the same shit you can get inside for $10 cheaper. You get your shirts outside. If you see something inside that's whatever, you get it there. I don't give a fuck. But there was a guy who was selling his stuff, the same diecast I could buy inside for $65. He was selling them for $25. So I bought 3 of this and 3 of this and 3. I had bags, plural, in the car, and then went into the track. Get home, and I'm unloading these, and the look on her face. Where'd those come from?
Imagine.
Where'd those come from? Dover, Delaware.
They were a gift.
How much did you spend? Now, hear me out. famous beginning of the sentence. Now, hear me out. These are usually $70 each. I got them for $25 each. So you bought 3 times the amount you thought you were going to buy. Well, yeah, and then out of my mouth.
No, I was able to maximize my budget.
Out of my mouth. I wish I would have said that.
No, I was just able to maximize the production of my budget. There it is.
I wish I would have said that, because out of my mouth came the woman excuse. But I saved so much money. I have $2,000 worth of cars here, and I only spent $750.
I, like a good businessman, maximized the efficiency of my spending dollar.
Had I not been at a NASCAR race and been drunk the entire weekend, those words may have tumbled out of my mouth.
That's the shit I can. Jen, I could either spend this or this. I'm maximizing my dollar. I know it's more, but it's a much better product, and it'll last forever, and we'll never buy another one again.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, one of my buddies was there and said, "Would you rather him buy diecast cars or crack cocaine?" And I leaned back in my chair like this.
Crack.
Yeah, dude. Knowing what I know now, that might have been the answer.
Well, we're not going to talk about that.
No, God bless her. God bless her. She's on the up and up right now. Good on her.
You know, it could be worse. I could fucking golf.
Yeah, a really expensive hobby.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I could like cars, and like
well,
you know.
I heard a comedian say, I think it was a comedian say, golfing is a great game for an alcoholic. You're an alcoholic that happens to have a golf hobby.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Because I've never seen the point in golf. I tried to learn how to play it. I suck at it. It's boring as fuck to me. I don't know how people can sit there and watch 18 holes of anything in golf on television.
Required to play the game. It's just not my
I
thing.
do.
I would much rather go
I
to the
do too.
driving range and just smack some balls and go to the driving range, and then
have a good time. Have a good time.
Yeah, except if you're Herm, you Dave Winfield it and let go of the club, and the club goes farther than the ball.
It goes pretty far.
It does.
Pretty fucking
I
far.
enjoy. When I was in Florida, I went with my brother and his former boss, and they went golfing. I drove the cart. I just sat back, had a beer or two. They played. I enjoyed watching them play and hearing the banter and the camaraderie, but yeah, watching it on TV, no.
Like I
I
could see
don't-
the three of us going to play golf.
Sure.
Right.
Three of us is going to play. If we could go play golf and nothing would be fucking serious, there'd be some whole bunch of shit talking. Everybody but Lynch would be a little drunk. Lynch would be high as a fucking kite when he arrived.
Probably.
Trying to figure out which driver head would fit up Herm's butthole.
The fucking end he uses, and fucking he'd be eating gummy bears all day. So it'd be a
Right.
fucking wonderful thing. But focus wouldn't even be golf. We could be fucking gluing.
It'd just be fun.
We could be gluing popsicle sticks together, and that same shit would happen. You know, it's
And this would be the conversation with the wives or anybody that you happen to cohabitate with. You've been playing golf from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yes.
Yeah, how many holes did you get in? 2.
About 360.
we got halfway through the first 9.
All right. I got to tell this story because I would lie my ass off. You played golf for 16 hours? Yeah. How many holes did you play? About 130. There's nothing more embarrassing than on your wedding day, and I know where I was the night before, and I was sober enough to get married that morning, and you're at the reception, and everything plays, and she goes, well, I know the guy's kidnapped you. Where'd you go? Titty bar. Just blurted it out. I don't want to lie to my spouse then or now. If I ever have one again, God willing, I won't. Did you spend any money? No, the guys spent all their money. I just sat there and did not have a good time. She said, bullshit. I'm like, well, most of it's bullshit. I had the first person that rigged me a dance was Jim, and he went out of his way to find me the ugliest stripper.
Yep.
Which is what it is. And then
I remember him telling
what's
me
that?
that story.
Yeah.
I remember him
And
telling me
then
that story.
God bless my man Jason, who went and found my Latina heat and bought me the lap dance of my life, and it was amazing. This is a story I never told my ex-wife, but that was quite the experience. But you're dancing, and she can't get mad. You're in the middle. It's your dance, and she's asking you what you did. I was like, maybe we shouldn't talk about this right now. No, I want to know what you guys do. Went to the titty bar. And you see her demeanor change a little bit, but she still got the smile on her face. Like, oh, so did you have a good time? Like,
Away a
well,
little bit.
I was like, well, I was drunk most of it. I remember bits of it, but I couldn't tell you if I had a good time. What was that? What was that, Lynch?
Bullshit.
I don't remember a lot of it because they just kept pouring drinks into me like nobody's business. I think Jason told me at one point he stopped counting at 7 Crown Royal shots and 6 beers. And I'm like, I lived to tell about this.
Oh, my God.
They just kept feeding me alcohol. And to his credit, Jason, who lived at Florida, was working for NASCAR, stayed at my apartment with me to make sure I didn't die.
That's good. That's always a good thing.
Exactly. The best man at your wedding. You wake up the next morning, you're groggy as fuck. You stumble into the shower. He's already got coffee and donuts and shit, and we're waiting for the guys to show up. And I'm like, did you stay here? He goes, yeah, to make sure you didn't die. You're getting married today. Like, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I didn't yak, but the smell of coffee, the few times I've been hungover, the smell of coffee is just, that's it.
Yeah,
That's Yakima City, Washington, right there.
Yeah, it can be a little nauseating. Trust me. You guys were talking about shopping.
Yes.
When I did a lot of the shopping, like grocery shopping, by myself for over the last 5 years, because of my schedule. Blah blah blah. When we go grocery shopping together, I want to murder her. Because she can't make up her mind. All right. I'll preface this by saying, we'll go to Lane Bryant and spend an hour walking through. She grabs clothes, goes into the dressing room, comes back out, puts everything back and says, oh, forget about it. What? And the conversation is, go back in there and grab at least one thing.
Don't make me think I wasted my time.
Well, but when we're out, like Old Navy or whatever fucking store we're in, she's like, here, here, and we walk out with 6 bags of clothes for me. I don't need that many clothes. I don't go anywhere. I go to work and I come home. I have so many clothes. That's why I gave a bunch to you.
And they're being put to good use now that you're not fat and I am.
But it's like, make a decision and just stick with it.
Oh, my favorite. I don't know.
Well, Jen's figured out how to get shit done. Okay.
I gotta hear this.
Have her teach Megan, please.
I think I want to change the shower curtain. All right.
Yeah, go about it.
So she works real hard to find a shower curtain. And she goes through and like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, hey, I like that one. That one's kind of nice. I like that. So it's got purple in it. So easy sell.
Yeah, already Herm's a fan.
A shade of purple that I like, so it's nice. So then this package comes. What the hell is this? Oh, those are the curtains for the bathroom. What curtains? Well, they go with the shower curtain. I thought we said we were just getting a shower curtain. Yeah, but look. Oh, the curtains are purple. It's like kryptonite. It's like soup. It's like green kryptonite.
She's got you figured out, or she's licking your ass.
All right, she's figured it the fuck out.
Listen, she gets you hooked.
I've got some
because it's a set, honey. You have to do everything. You buy this, you got to change this.
We needed rugs for we need a rug for the shower, and then a rug for the sink, and those came. And look, and those are purple too. All right, okay, all right. So we've got we talked about the shower curtain. All right, so purple curtains showed up. Purple rugs showed up. Okay. Oh, look, it's another thing. Oh, look, this package is what's in there. Oh, those are the towels. Look, what towels? You fucking ordered towels? Well, they're here. Look at them.
It matches the shower curtain.
Yeah, and the curtains and the rugs and they're purple. Okay. Yeah,
you are a pushover pansy bitch.
They kind of look. They're
nice.
They kind of go.
They're
they
good.
work. They're the right color. All right, you did a good job. Good job, baby. Nice match. What the fuck?
Here comes the soap dish, the toothpaste holder, and the other gimmicks.
Well, toilet paper holder.
The toilet paper now.
No, I want to change that. I want to change the one we got. I want to put the one that goes in the wall, so the toilet paper is in the wall. But yeah, like that's me with all the fixtures. But yeah,
baby.
Yeah, the shower
Amazon's here.
Turned into a complete bathroom revamp.
And you walked right into it.
As long as it
was
purple, yeah.
And you passively sat there and let it happen.
Look, I know the wife I got, bro. When she came home and told me that Cece said Cece has Great Dane puppies.
Yeah.
I knew right then and there it was going to happen. I fought it.
For a minute.
I had to make her work a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I fought it. I knew it was going to happen. I'm down with a Great Dane. I'm cool with a big ass dog. I don't give a fuck.
This is how Herm fought it. No, please don't.
Yeah, I mean, are you sure? Really? Probably said no. Okay. I mean, well, you said it's a dog. I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
No, well, if your mind's made up.
I mean, she could have worse fucking hobbies than dogs.
True.
And she could have worse fucking hobbies. So.
See, it's with what Jen does for the bathroom. So we're at Home Goods, and she's like, "We need new bed sheets." Okay. And we're looking and looking and looking. What do you think of these? They're nice. What color are they? Oh, they're that nice pale yellow. Okay, whatever. Are we done? No. We have to look at the next 12 feet of fucking shelving for king size mattresses at every color and compare them. Oh, will this go with the paint on the wall? I don't fucking care.
I can help you with that, as I did with your living room. Call Chris. He will paint the fuck out of everything.
Well, I don't care. See, because if I do give my this is Chris, what do you think of this blender? Oh, I kind of like this one better. It does this, this, and this. Oh, okay. Amazon truck comes. You bought the one. You bought the one I didn't suggest. I didn't suggest. Why? Why do you ask? Don't you're like. It's like how I felt about Thanksgiving. Oh, by the way, so and so, so and so, so and so, and so are coming. I'm like, they are. I was voluntold. Guess what?
It wasn't Howard. How do you feel? How do you feel about Kathy and Don?
Right.
Well,
right.
if you had put up 1 ounce of fight, Kathy and Don are still coming. And I don't know who Kathy
like, don't
and Don
bother
are.
asking.
I made those names up.
Don't bother asking because my input doesn't matter. When it comes to things domestic, like curtains and floor coloring or floor covering, I don't care. As long as when I put my feet down, I'm not stepping on dirt, I don't care. It can look any sort of way. Unless it's absolutely like the most disgusting color or pattern or whatever ever, I'll say no. I don't care. I don't care what color the walls are. I don't care what color our towels are or our bed linens or our pillowcases. That's not me. I'm worried about just keeping the structure intact.
Mm-hmm.
Rain doesn't fall on me, and I have the equipment to maintain that level of life. I just want to make sure all my shit works. I don't care about the aesthetics. The aesthetics is all you. Whatever you pick, because she's good at this. She would be a magnificent interior designer. She's got a good eye for it. Her matching like color pattern and color theory is like, her color theory is amazing. She knows what goes with what. I'm going to leave it up to her. I don't care.
I was not sold.
I don't care. And I don't want to sound callous when I say that. I just don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Well, and you guys
if I'm watching my TV, if she buys a lamp and I'm watching TV and she puts that lamp in such a position where when it's on, I can't see what I'm watching on television, that's when I speak up. Okay, I don't like this. This is going away.
Yeah,
because it's impeding what I want to do.
When your form interferes with my function.
Right.
Correct. When you right. If you interrupt what my daily flow is, if I sit in my same spot, because I always sit in the same spot on the couch, Burns. We got a big ass couch. It's like we're in 2 different towns almost.
Yeah.
If where I sit, there's something that blocks that view, I'm going to say something. Then I care.
75 dogs between you.
Well, that's you learn to jostle.
Right.
Herm's up to 4 dogs. He understands now.
Right.
When I had 9 dogs, it was like a fucking circus in here.
I'm gonna put
the canine biomass in my house is about to get disgustingly
when I did paint jobs in the same summer for Casa del Lynch and Casa del, I don't want to mention her name because I don't want to embarrass her for the color she picked, but when it was all done, shut up. Thank you. It was Bob.
Nobody knows who Bob is.
Nobody knows who Bob is. I did Lynch's house, and I looked at the color when it poured, and I'm like, I'm not sold on this. They're putting this over this. Admit it was the gaudiest mustard yellow when you bought the house.
Yeah, it was.
Took 2 coats.
Contractor yellow.
It took 2 coats around the room, and that room looks phenomenal now. I was like, okay. Once the second coat went on, and then Lynch and his wife come home from vacation, and they see it, and they're like, oh, my God, this is so great. I'm like, you have no idea what this took. But the job is done. I hope you like it. Pay me, because I'm pissed off at this point. But the color looked great. Fast forward to my friend, who we will call Bob, and she chose a color that looked like baby diaper surprise. But in the context of the color of her furniture, the color of her carpeting, everything, once it went on, it looked phenomenal. But when you poured this stuff out, it looked like those strained peas you give a kid from the Gerber jar. And I'm like,
sometimes when you're looking at a color, you got to see what the environment is in. And sometimes it just makes sense. Looking at it at a swatch of it, you're like, ew. But when you bring that home and go, ooh, well, I see how this works.
No, I understand why she wanted it the way she wanted it, and it came out.
By a sample.
Which there were like 7 samples all next to each other on the wall. The wall was originally like an off-white I don't know what the word is, and I worked with paint for a
bone?
long time. Much like a bone color, yes. And there's the 6 2x2 squares on the wall. And which one do you like the best? I don't live here. You have to be happy with what color is going to go on your wall. She chose her color. It looks fantastic. Baby diaper surprise with black trim, and the black trim really dulled the baby diaper surprise. It makes it look very, calming when you walk through the door. It really was the best color choice for the way she wanted her living area to look. And subsequently, I did the entire hallway in that color. Same with the trim, the black trim. It just really worked out. But to your point, Lynch, and further on to Herm's point, why ask our opinion if you're just going to go out and buy the shit yourself?
Well, with Megan, she won't. She know her whatever her gut feeling is, she's always right. So I say, just go with your gut. You don't need me there, and you don't need my input. I only give you my input when you do pick something that is absolutely fucking asinine. But
because
I
I've been
trust her judgment. That asinine is 1 in 1,000. Okay,
I was going to say
that's how infrequently that happens. So I trust you. I don't
because
care.
I've spent more time inside your household, but I've known Herm and Jen longer as individuals. I will go with you on this. Megan is 99,999 to 1.
Right.
If she makes 10,000 decisions, 1 is going to suck.
Right. And
I
that's
don't know.
just true of everybody.
Yeah,
But-
and I don't know how the dynamic is with Herm and Jen, although I've known them collectively and separately for, I'm not even going to say it because it's a long damn time. They work well together. I can see when he tells that story that there's humor to it, but at the same time there was early frustration. But at the same time, it's like whatever works.
I can hear that conversation when he's telling that story in my head in their voices.
Yeah,
because I can see that happening, and like you spending as much time as you have with Megan and I, you can see me. If my reaction is genuine, that's how I would react. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell her you have to have some confidence in your decision because you're always right. It like if you're going to choose between a pattern, don't ask me because I'll be happy with anything. I'm just happy that A, that I'm with you, and B, that we're together. Everything else is just stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think either.
I can replace all my stuff. I can't replace her.
Right.
I can. I mean, they're doing some amazing things with cloning nowadays, and I'm just saying. I'll use the same shit. Look, I'll kill you, make another one look just like you. Okay.
With the advances in modern science, there's no reason Jen can't live to be 140, 150.
That's what I'm saying. I just grow Replacement parts. It's not hard,
This is the Jen version 2.0. She looks exactly the same. She's not so smart.
We had a firmware update, but everything's on board. We're good.
Herm's lucky. He's been married 3 times, and I like his first wife and his third wife. It's the middle one I really got an issue with. But I didn't have to deal with her much.
She's good, Mom. But,
I'm sure she is. I don't take that away from her.
Yeah, but the thing with Jen is our trouble is she wanted to do that thing with the bathroom, so I'm not painting. All right, you can do whatever you want to, but I'm not painting. I'm not changing colors. No, I'm not changing colors. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have to.
All right.
I want to interrupt my house. I'm not even hiring a Mexican to do that. But come up with something you like that works with there without having to paint. She'll throw me shit. Yeah. And when I find she just runs through something, if I agree it works, then yeah. It's very simple. She's completely easy to work with something that works with the neutral paint. Find something.
I will say this.
That's as much input as I have.
If you decide to paint every room in your house, I say do it. I don't care how many times you do it. I said it to Lynch that summer. If you decide to do this again in 2 years, I'm your guy. I don't care. I will come. I'll do the job. You get a quote. I'll do it for half, and the job gets done correctly. And because it's Lynch, and I love him, and I love Megan, I put, not that I don't for any job I do, but I put time, care, effort, and energy into it. I knew the audience I had to please.
Right.
But if you decide to paint your bathroom, hire a professional, because that is the hardest room to paint. If you don't have the right primer, if you don't have the right paint, if you don't have the right anything. I painted a bathroom for someone, and 6 weeks later, they chose the paint. I went out and got the paint. They chose this, that, and the third, and I made suggestions. I went and got the additive for the mold and mildew, whatever. The paint did not stick because they take showers at such a blazing hot, peeled right out. They did not wait 1 week. They have 2 bathrooms with showers. They did not wait the week for the paint to cure.
I was going to say paint didn't cure.
No, but it's still hard because now you have if you've ever seen Lynch's living room, there's that one corner by the outside back door where there's 2 sets of molding, and then you have like a half of an inch, and then there's wall. That was the worst thing to try to fucking paint. I went out and got artist brushes so I could get into that crack. That took 4 hours to complete.
Yep.
That one section.
Yep.
And I'm glad he didn't have the cameras on, because I was cursing him, his wife, his lineage, his great-grandfather, the dude from Ireland way back when who probably fought off snakes and ate potatoes 3 times a day. If your name was Lynch, I didn't give the country singer Dustin Lynch, I was motherfucking him too. If your name was Lynch, you were out the door. I hated you for that 4 hours. The rest of that room was cake.
Dude, I've seen a professional paint 2 bathrooms and not say anything, and just a week later the paint was literally sliding off the walls.
Yeah,
sliding. And that's a pro to just not giving a shit. I'll charge you $1,000, I'll knock out those 2 bathrooms, blah blah blah, see ya. And then 2 weeks later the paint was sliding off the wall. A friend of mine,
my brother is a professional painter, interior, exterior, and I called him. I said, here's the problem. I did this job, and X amount of weeks later, paint sliding off the wall. He goes, they did not wait for the paint to cure, and they take showers that are like 7,000 degrees.
Yeah, all that extra, like, no matter what paint you throw at it, even if you do the bathroom and kitchen and bath paint, if you take excessively hot showers with all that humidity, moisture,
and long
steam,
showers too,
and it doesn't take much for that to pick, because paint is porous, unless you're doing like ultra satin.
Mm-hmm.
Those moisture molecules will get in there and just spread, and then it pushes the paint right off the wall. Because if you can clean it with water, you put water on it before it's cured, guess what? You're cleaning your shower by taking hot showers, and it slides right off the wall.
Matt said the greatest thing ever. He goes, tell him next time use wallpaper. Just go get wallpaper and do the bathroom.
I always tell people to go with FRP in a bathroom.
FRP's not bad.
I put FRP in a bathroom, floor to ceiling.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Yep.
All the walls.
That's really the way you should.
I did it back in the house in Connecticut, and I had to rebuild the bathroom. I had to rebuild the floor, sistering joints and shit. But I put FRP in, and then you can just fucking hose the bathroom down.
Yeah. FRP is like that. Wallpaper, if you get the right kind, is like that. Not the kind you'd put in a living room. This has to be the really heavy duty textured shit.
It's usually it's like for bathrooms and hot like that, and hot and moist. It's usually like a vinyl product.
Yes, very much so.
And it's relatively cheap. I mean, it will probably cost you as much to use FRP as you would you're going to spend on 2 gallons of really good bathroom paint.
Now that we've bored every single one of you that watches this for the next week on YouTube,
hey man,
we're gonna get to, because we do have to close out. I have more classes to take because I can. Herm's got to cook dinner. He was already kvetching about that before we started, and Lynch has to comb the fleas out of his beard.
That's right.
Yeah, I have an appointment at 8.
What? are you most thankful for? Round the horn, starting with her.
Like-
Most thankful. I'm most thankful that just things are going well. Things are right now for Jen and I are we're doing well. So it's a good holiday to just give thanks all the way around.
There you go, Lynch.
November is usually my least favorite month of the year, and Thanksgiving isn't really my favorite. A lot of really nasty shit going on, deaths and all that shit. But I'm thankful for what I do have and the people that are in my life. You guys, my other friends, family I do talk to. I'm just thankful for that, and that I'm still sober.
There you go. That's a great one. You took one of mine. I'm thankful for you guys and Marsh. If you were here, this is a great time of week for me. I'm thankful for new opportunities. I'm thankful for my daughter above everything else, and I'm thankful I'm still alive.
She's 16 going on 35.
Christ, she's going to be 17 in February.
I know. She's been driving for almost a year.
I know. Oh, and there's another thing. I'm thankful she's a good driver. I got to drive with her in Vermont over the summer. Only one time did I thought I was going to die. Only one.
That's pretty good for a 16-year-old.
I'm not used to being a passenger, so I overreacted on the edge of the road, and I was like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Dad, I'm fine." I don't know what it's like to be a passenger a lot of the times, unless I'm in the back seat. Being in the front, I thought I was looking over and seeing my death. It was all good.
Yeah. It's just Vermont.
I'm thankful for anybody who watches this show. Thank you. Tell your friends, subscribe to the show like Chaka did. Get the notifications.
Like us on YouTube. Like us on Facebook. Like us on anywhere that we're broadcast. Like, and share.
Like, subscribe on YouTube. Yes.
And if you're
Like
in the
subscribe.
mood, send the three of us some money. We'll never say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
We're fooling around with this new Streamlabs thing, and it does a lot of really cool stuff. And maybe someday we can do some of that really cool stuff live.
Yeah, I haven't figured out how to work the monetization stuff in and tips and shit in yet, but I'll get there.
Yeah. So give us time, folks. I like this new Streamlabs interface. It's pretty cool.
We'll have to figure out how Marsh fits into the split, because it used to be 33.3, 33.3, 33.3. Now we got him, so he gets maybe like the chump change at the end. I don't know.
Right.
He gets everything after the decimal.
Or do we go full Metallica and give him $1 million and make him a part of the band?
Oh, we could do that too.
We'll figure it out. Guys, happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Happy Thanksgiving. Eat lots of turkey and you're soaking some good tryptophan.
Oh, before we go, do not send me a fucking picture of the plate you're eating. It's Thanksgiving.
Guys,
we're all eating the same shit.
Oh, you're gonna get a picture an hour.
I
will send you a pic for every picture you send me, Lynch. I'm gonna send you a picture of my balls.
I'm okay with that.
I was gonna say that sounds more like an enticement than a trying to restrict. That's given a
your promise.
It's a shame. It's a shame that when the stream ends, we don't have that. It's a shame that after the stream ends, we don't have our usual post meeting. Lynch, myself, and a couple other guys used to send each other pictures of really glorious turds.
Yes.
What? Yeah, it does.
Oh, all right. I didn't know. I have no idea what happened. Like, you guys were gone last week, and I was like, what the fuck?
It kicks us straight the fuck out.
What the fuck?
So if you ever want to start that, Lynch, if you ever want to start that game up again where we send pictures of our glorious turds.
Oh, God.
And they have to be glorious. They can't be just a regular run-of-the-mill turd.
We're going to have rules. They're going to have the minimum length requirements.
And if it breaks, it's off. Right? You can't do it.
You know what I mean? It's not too small. It's not too. It's got to be a log. It can't be.
Right. But if you put it together, it's 18 inches. I don't care.
What the fuck are you doing in there, Lynch? I'm smushing my turd back together. Leave me alone.
Gloves trying to form a shit log.
Take a picture. Make a figurine with the rest. Shut the fuck up.
That's what I'm saying. Where's
Can't you see I'm busy?
Lynch is in the bathroom making Funko Pops. What do you want? I'm sorry you were drinking. I'm sorry.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we will.
Peace.
Jesus Christ.
Judgment falls upon you at first light. I'm the hand of God. I'm the dark Messiah. I'm the vengeful one. In the blackest moment of a dying world, what have you
Here comes the last word. Lynch is the only one on the panel that does.
What music? What?
Judgment falls upon you at first light. I'm the hand of God. I'm the dark Messiah.
Fuck it, we'll do it again.
All right, try it.
Lynch is the only one on the panel that doesn't have to pack away Thanksgiving leftovers. He just picks through the beard on Friday.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. And with that, we're going to play it again.
The squirrels love it.
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye-bye.